Why eat fast food when you can make a meal like this for the price of a burger, fries and shake? Do you even know what's in those patties? I worked as a truck driver for 7 years delivering what science loosely classifies as beef to the processing plants. You don't want to know what's in it. Introducing scalloped potatoes, my mom's recipe, and a butter-fried trout served with fresh vegetable salad dressed with virgin olive oil and balsamic vinegar. Here is what you need: a based Idaho potato, trout, an optional lemon, some veg, and perhaps an optional pickle, as well as some spices, salt and pepper, butter for frying trout, olive oil and vinegar for the salad, and sunflower or coconut oil for baking. Now let's put it together. Wash your veg and peel your potato. Slice it lengthwise, like that, and cut it into very, very thin slices, like this. Having a sharp knife helps. My mom uses a spice mix that I do not have on hand, but when did that stop me? I will substitute it with some fresh diced saffroy and dill, and enrich it with herbe de présence, basil, salt and pepper. Dump all of that into a medium-sized bowl and pour in some sunflower or coconut oil, and then mix it up. I will use these Japanese cooking gloves for mixing. They'll help me keep my hands clean from the oil. Now dump the potatoes into the bowl and smear them with the mixture therein. Lay the potatoes down in the baking dish like this, so they are standing up. This is the important bit, and you will need a gratin dish or some other oven-safe container that resembles this one. Shallow, but with the sides just tall enough so that they help the potato pieces stand on their edges. Put them in the oven at 450 degrees, that would be 230 Celsius, and bake them until they are ready. That would be half an hour or maybe a little longer. Check on them. When the edges turn golden, your potatoes are done. While the potatoes are baking, let's prep the fish. This fish was already gutted and deboned by the butcher at the store. So cut off the head and wash it well. Cut the fillet into two, lengthwise like this. Apply salt and pepper. This trout will stink up the kitchen with the fishy smell. My mom likes to bake fish in pesto. Perhaps that kills the fishy smell, though I'm not sure. Maybe she just doesn't buy smelly fishes. However, I want mine butter fried on a skillet. So turn on the kitchen fan over the stove and open windows and or patio door to get rid of the fishy smell. Also, do not forget to toss away the head. If you keep it in your garbage bin, it will smell really bad. When the potatoes are about halfway done, preheat the large skillet and butter it up. Put the fish on it, skin down, cover it with a net and do not flip it. If you do, the tender meat will stick to the frying pan when you try to remove it. Thus, you will have to fry it on one side until it is done. The edges will turn golden and the meat will turn white. Now we have some time, which we can use to tidy up the kitchen. Keeping your workspace clean and organized will help you be a better cook, or better anything, really. The same goes for the dinner table. Presentation increases your appetite, even if you dine alone. You might have noticed I do not serve a glass of ice water with meals. Why? Partly because I come from Eastern Europe and it's simply not a custom there, but mostly because it's not a good thing from the health standpoint. You can research it yourself, but I can give you a quick summary. For one, you have to consider the digestive efficiency. Drinking icy water can cause the stomach to work harder to warm it up to the body temperature, which can slow down the digestive process. Warm or room temperature liquid is often recommended as it does not require the extra energy from the body, potentially allowing for more efficient digestion, like say hot tea or perhaps a glass of wine. Secondly, the appetite suppression. Ice water can temporarily suppress your appetite because your body might prioritize warming up the water over other digestive processes. While this might seem beneficial for weight control, it can also mean that you probably will not get the full enjoyment or nutrition benefit from your meal, since you will eat less or feel less satisfied. Thirdly, shock to the system. Some traditional health systems, like Ayurveda or traditional Chinese medicine, suggest that cold water can shock the digestive tract, potentially leading to issues like bloating or indigestion. And finally, throat and stomach sensitivity. For some individuals, especially those with sensitive throats and stomachs, cold water can cause discomfort or even trigger spasms in the esophagus. When I dine at a restaurant in the United States, they always bring me a glass of ice water. It invariably remains undisturbed. Another thing you do not see me do is serving sugary drinks or snacks with fatty foods. Instead, I place some veg on a table. There is a reason for that. An acquaintance of mine, who has a doctorate degree in biochemistry, red-pilled me on the subject, and it went something like this. When you consume fatty foods, like beef or burgers, your body releases bile from the gallbladder to help digest the fats. This process involves emulsifying fats into smaller droplets, which increases the surface area for the digestive enzymes to work on. If you then consume sugary drinks, the sugar is quickly absorbed into your bloodstream, causing the rapid spike in the blood glucose levels. This is all fine and dandy and perfectly normal. However, when fats are being digested simultaneously, the body might prioritize the fat digestion, which can in turn cause the following. For one, it could slow down the digestion. The presence of fats can slow down the stomach emptying process, which means the sugar from the drink stays in your stomach longer, potentially leading to a prolonged high blood pressure levels. Secondly, the insulin resistance. Frequent consumption of a combination, such as fatty burger washed down with Coca-Cola, might contribute to insulin resistance over time, as the body struggles with the dual task of managing the high sugar and the fat intake. Insulin resistance is a precursor to the type 2 diabetes. Another thing that might happen is the digestive discomfort. Mixing high sugars with high fat can lead to digestive issues such as bloating or discomfort due to different digestive processes required for each. And finally, the nutrient absorption. There is evidence that high sugar intake can interfere with the absorption of certain nutrients from fats, like fat-soluble vitamins. Thus, if you want to eat fatty foods and also like sugary stuff, wait for the digestion bit. Let your body work its way through your dinner and have your tea with sweet pastry several hours later. You will enjoy it more and you will not accumulate fats as much. I have gained weight eating crappy food in my day, you can tell. But now I'm losing my circumference and ground pressure simply by eating real food instead of processed or fast food. If you have specific dietary requirements, of course, consult your doctor. Though I'm old enough to remember when doctors were recommending camel filter cigarettes on TV, so there is that. Anyway, the dinner is served.